Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about not only our next storm chase, which is just coming up in a few days, but the next 4 to 5 days have the potential all for severe weather and maybe a couple of tornadoes. Let's go ahead and get started with today. We've got that large marginal risk of severe weather. In fact, I'm included in that. So if we do see anything today here in Eastern Kentucky, I will let you know both here and on Twitter and Facebook, but I'm not really thinking that we're going to see too much. There's a slight risk down there for the Gulf Coast states where a couple of tornado warnings were issued already this morning near Pensacola in the Panama City area for some isolated thunderstorms that moved on shore. They were rotating over the warm waters of the Gulf, but once they got on shore, they did quickly diminish. Didn't see any reports of major damage or anything like that. And tomorrow, another slight risk for severe weather in parts of Ohio. I'm not seeing this as a big tornado event, but we could see one or two, maybe some damaging winds, isolated large hail. Pretty low end day, but definitely a day to be weather aware if you live in that area. Day 3, the severe weather risk moves off to the northeast. And then day 4 and day 5, which are going to be our storm chase days, we're going to be live streaming. According to the SPC, we could have some active weather here in the Dakotas again, kind of transitioning into the northern plains and the high plains this time of year. So nothing really too unexpected here. Now let's get into the details of today. It looks like today that slight risk for severe weather is going to be the focal point of all the action. If we look at the HRRR, that short range model, that high resolution model, it doesn't look to be too terribly active in the marginal risk. But the slight risk, we do already have some storms moving through there that could pack some damaging wind and large hail, but no major outbreak today that I can think of. But like I said, in that marginal risk that does extend past the slight all the way up into the Great Lakes region, we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe some hail, but there is that 2% tornado risk for most of that marginal risk area. So there is an outside chance of a tornado. So just like every day, you should have a way to receive those watches, warnings, and advisories. Of course, if something noteworthy does happen where I'm at today here in Eastern Kentucky, if we can actually see it and there's not a mountain or bunch of trees in the way, you'll be the first to know. We will go live and we'll live stream it, but that's looking highly unlikely. So if you're under a slight risk or a marginal risk of severe weather today, just have a way to receive those warnings and watches and be prepared over the next couple of days, because we're getting back into that active pattern for severe weather that I was talking about. We've had our quiet stretch, but now it looks like we're going to get back into that active period. So that's all I have for today. I'll see you again tomorrow here sometime before noon Central back on the YouTube channel for another daily update. Thanks to all the YouTube